Living 24/7 on the water, there isn't a day that goes by where we don't learn something new as world cruisers. After sailing to some of the busiest places during the busiest time of year, we've learned a thing or two how to experience these beautiful places while living full-time on our sailboat more enjoyably.
You don't want to do that unless you want to be absolutely surrounded.
This week, we're taking you along as we pay a visit to one of the most popular places in Sardinia. If you want to hear the intel and spend some quality time with just a couple of friendly Canadians, then keep on watching. Welcome to Sailing Jibsea. 2 years ago, we knew nothing about sailing, but took off from Canada with an urge for adventure. I'm Steph. This is Travis, and this is our home, Jibsea. We moved quickly and in a short time have made it down south and even crossed an ocean, but we still have a whole lot more of the world to see. Subscribe and join our life on the water.
If you ever come to the Balearics, or Balearics, however you want to call them, Sardinia, and you want to enjoy your time, a little pro tip. Make sure you're out before 10 a.m. to get to your next anchorage. So however long that distance is. Usually in Sardinia you can just do little hops. So like today we left at 7, we're only going to go about an hour or so. We're making sure we're getting to our next anchorage before 10. Because what you're going to get is you're going to get perfect conditions for sailing. And it's going to be you and maybe a couple of the boats. The big power boats, they don't start pulling out until about 9:30, and then they start ripping to the anchorages. And that's when you're out here trying to sail, and you should be in perfect sailing conditions because you're locked into all these islands and the water should be very calm. But those big ass boats just make it so uncomfortable for sailing, and it just sucks. So try to plan to get to your next anchorage before 10. If it is empty, don't go to the exact spot you think you'd want, like you typically want, which is a nice close to the beach, nice sandy spot. You don't want to do that unless you want to be absolutely surrounded by boats pretty much touching you, like little dinghies. Every type of boat will be on you. Anchor kind of back a bit where you're more comfortable, and then know that the boats will get smaller as you get close to the beach. And then I like to try to get into an area and situate where I'm going to anchor that no one else can really get around me. So like if I can snug in between a couple rocks, I know no one else can really get around me. Or if I'm anchored in sand and it's all seagrass beside me. Most places people don't anchor in seagrass, so you know you're a little bit better there. I stay away from the ones with the higher reviews are obviously going to be the more populated anchorages. But yeah, look at this. We're sailing, perfect conditions. All those power boats in here. This becomes a madhouse of waves. You get the odd boat. But I'll show you here. Nobody out there. Yeah, just like that. We're anchored. Beautiful bay. Only 2 other boats. It's a cute bay. Oh, yeah. Stephanie's awake now, so she just said my favorite words.
Breakfast will get started.
Thank you. Our anchorage got really rolly this morning, and everyone was just clearing out of there too, so. A little bit of winds today, but now we're protected, and I think this is going to be a good bay. And we go dive on it.
And instead of diving on the anchor, he's diving for his mask because it fell off when he jumped in. He's scouring. Seriously? That's weird.
What the f*** though? They're like nowhere.
What? Key back to somebody else's. Those ones have been there for a while. It's a good thing we have all those spares that we found before. But still, he doesn't want to lose his good pair. So I'm going to... Okay, maybe 2 people will have better luck than 1. I found him for him. They were stuck in the grass.
You
Needle
found
in the haystack, but I found it.
You found it?
Just kidding. we had already found them.
Yeah, we're only like 17 feet of water, but my black mask, once they fall into that seagrass, it's almost invisible to find. They're really hard to find.
And they're small ones.
Yeah, so I was like, ah! Of course I'd find them. So how's the earliest you've been swimming?
Yeah, my stomach's grumbling. I'm starving.
Feels good though.
Yeah, it was nice. I just got out of bed and then jumped in. It was really refreshing.
Just got out of bed, nipped in a different anchorage.
Yeah, because you're an eager beaver. Yeah, no, that was nice. It was really refreshing.
So you'll get that pretty much all day, from around 10 to 1, and then it slows down from 1 till about 5. That's when everyone's at their anchorages and they're hanging out, and then when they leave again, you get that from like 5 till 8, where waves will just come in and destroy the anchorages. Hey, just like that. The bays to ourselves again. Whoa! It's crazy that you'll still get swell from just boat traffic.
On the corner to this anchorage here, it's super glassy calm, so hopefully we got here early enough that we can make our way over across, because we read that you can dinghy across over there to the little town in La Maddalena. And I'm really excited for that because our time in Sardinia, we haven't really seen too much on land. When we looked that place up in Google, it looked a lot busier than what we've seen so far, so we're excited to head in and check it out. But there are no anchorages there. There's marinas and stuff that you have to pay, so this is the most cost-effective way. Anchor down here in this glassy spot and dinghy our way over.
Yeah, I read this bay is more like liveaboard style. You don't get the day boaters coming in here, and you don't get the wake of the big boats outside. So, you know, it's not the ideal swimming conditions.
It's still clear, but it's a little greener.
Well, it's just not sand, it's greeny, but that's all. That's probably why it stays this way, because it's not ideal swimming conditions for the day boaters, which is perfect.
And it's all sailboats here right now. You can tell that they're cruising boats, not like full out charter boats, I don't think.
Yeah, they look more cruisy.
Then why didn't they say hi when we waved? Yeah, people don't say hi here very often. We're so used to waving at every other like sailboat. And, you know,
I know. Everywhere we've gone, it's hey, 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 hey.
No one
Here you
says
like
hi.
wave, and they just like blankly stare at you, like, uh-huh.
like, okay,
So
denied.
I just give them like a jerk.
That's why we have to say to ourselves, like, we're not going to wave to people anymore because nobody waves back. But like, we have to like hold our hands
I know. So,
from waving.
which is ridiculous. I guess because people just don't like other boaters here because everyone gets too close in your personal space. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But it's something we've noticed here. It doesn't seem as friendly.
But if you see us,
Weird.
please wave because we enjoy waving back.
Yeah, we always wave. Just the friendly, wacky Canadians.
Just a couple
All right.
of friendly Canadians.
So,
Sorry that I
You're going to
waved.
swim on this anchor, and then, yeah.
So we actually decided to wait until later on in the day to head out and cross over to the little town there. Travis gave himself a nice little haircut. We did some boat chores, some baking, and now we're heading out. Looking fresh.
What?
Looking fresh. The wind did pick up a little bit, but it's okay now because there's no other boats close to us. This anchorage is completely empty now. Of all the space in this huge bay, we did have one power boat, of course, come and anchor one boat length away from us, right to our port side, but they've left. It's wide open here and we feel comfortable in leaving. So we're gonna head off and try to figure out where we can land the dinghy over there. Looks like we found a great place to land the dinghy. We just asked the sailing school on shore, who told us that we could tie up along this wall. Maddalena is an archipelago in northern Sardinia, and La Maddalena is the town. It's a member of the most beautiful villages of Italy, and it's super busy during the summer. It's where everyone goes and gets pretty packed in the anchorages, where you have to pay to receive a permit to anchor or moor in. It's why we held off coming here until a little later in the summer and dinghied across instead. Surprise, surprise.
That one.
Nautical store, of course.
How much were they?
These are great. So we have had a hard time finding these clips. I forget where we picked them up, Martinique, but they're awesome because we clip all our laundry onto like our halyards and our rigging, and they have a lock enclosure. So we've been sailing, moving with our clothes just flapping, staying secure. So really happy we found these. Hey, more. Some of ours have broken, so.
And we're making do. Do you want?
We're making do.
Well, I remember they're like, I think they're like 5 or 7.
No, we're getting them. They're hard to find. We're getting them. Oh, so remember how in one of our previous episodes, Travis found a nice free diving mask? Well, we just saw it in the store. It's that one right there. 85 euros. Not a bad find.
We got our blower motor that decided it didn't want to be a blower motor anymore.
A fan.
Yeah, it sucks the air out of the engine room, which is good because we really need it because we got a lot of electronics in there.
And we do a lot of motoring because we're in med.
And we do a lot of motoring lately. And then we got a linkage that I got some ideas that I'm going to try to play with our chain to get the good stuff out of it, and take away the bad bits. And then we got head neutralizer because our head just stinks. Like it might need to be pulled out, and I don't know. Well,
like with many places we visited so far in Europe, it doesn't start to liven up until the later part of the evening. Vendors are all set up and the restaurants start to fill in. For us, it's a quick stop at the grocery store before heading back before dark. And apparently, the gentleman who owns that boat started saying something to us in Italian when we got back. So maybe we weren't supposed to park here. Maybe he said that was his spot, but I don't know. If you're enjoying what you're watching, please consider supporting the work we put into these episodes. All of the information on how to do so is in the description box under the video. Thanks for joining us again this week, and if you're new here, please subscribe to our channel and give us a share. It really helps us out. Next week, we're heading out of Sardinia and sailing to another island in the Med. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos. Cheers, guys!